Hey everyone, Christina here. I am just going to do a really quick run through of the Complete Phonics Toolkit course. I just want to show you everything that's inside and all the value that you get when you enroll. Enrollment is only open until July 30th, so that way I can focus on this group of students and help them with the phonics instructional support that they need. So let's see. Here is where you will see your homepage. So when you enroll, you automatically can see this page and you can just click Start Course right here. And you can watch a quick little welcome video from me explaining everything that you can see inside the course, where to find things, all that fun stuff. So once you finish it, you can mark it as complete and continue on to the next lesson. And so in the next lesson, it is the first module, and it is all about the phonics scope and sequence. So here in lesson 1, you will learn all about phonics and the importance of phonological awareness, phonemic awareness, and how that all fits together to create your phonics instruction. In the next lesson, you will learn about the phonics scope and sequence. So you will learn how to structure your year so that it makes sense for your students. In the third lesson, you will learn how to choose the standards and objectives for your phonics lessons to align either with the Common Core standards or if you have certain state standards. And then in lesson 4, you will actually create your yearly overview using the scope and sequence that I've provided for you, or you can create your own with your reading or phonics curriculum as well. But once you have this yearly overview in hand, it just makes planning your phonics instruction so much easier because you can see exactly where your students will need to be by the end of the year. And then at the end of each module, you will see an action step and exactly how long it should take for you to complete it. So as you move through the modules, you will be doing action steps, and each action step is designed to help you plan and prepare now, so that way you can save time throughout the school year. So once you get through module 1, congratulations, you get to move to module number 2. And in module number 2, the goal is to simplify how you plan phonics lessons. So if you attended the free webinar that I was hosting, you already got a little mini training on this, and all of that content is inside this exact module. So for lesson number 1, you will first reflect on your current phonics lessons, figure out maybe where you might be going wrong or what needs to be fixed. In lesson number 2, we talk about the importance of incorporating a phonological and phonemic awareness warm-up. And in this lesson, you will be able to find the warm-ups for kindergarten and first grade for the year. So that way, it's one less thing you have to do. It's already there for you, ready to go. And then there is also a training video in this module where you can watch me do a sample phonemic awareness warm-up video. These warm-up videos I did while teachers were doing distance learning. So I put these out every single week for kindergarten and first grade. So it's just a quick little snippet of what it should look like in your classroom. In lesson 3, I talk about the phonics introduction. And if you watched the webinar, you learned all about the intro hook. In lesson number 4, we discuss selecting engaging activities. I also give you anchor charts for the year and a lesson activity guide that has 25 different activities using little to no resources that you can do with your students just to spice up your phonics lessons. And then the next action step is just creating a sample phonics lesson plan. So this should take no more than 10 minutes. I have an editable template for you. You can just type it in and you've already learned all the steps. You're good to go. So that way you can create phonics lesson plans that work for your student and that are engaging. Okay, and moving on to module number 3. Module number 3 is all about small group lessons and centers. I know that this is an area that many of us struggle with classroom management and how to incorporate everything that they need to learn into one spot, but I highly recommend doing a small group structure, so where they're rotating through centers. So in this module, you will learn the purpose of small groups, why it's important, and what my lesson structure looked like for my small group lesson. Then you will learn how to group your students effectively, followed by the importance of a fluency warm-up, how to use decodable readers and pick the right ones for your students. Then you will learn how to plan center activities, and here is where you can find the centers guide along with a huge sample pack full of centers that you can try with your students to figure out which centers they really enjoy. And same goes for lesson number 6. It's all about using worksheets. I know worksheets kind of get a bad rap, but honestly, there are ways you can use worksheets that are very beneficial for students. And then in step number 3, you will set up your small group plan. So I have an easy checklist that you can just go through. You can check off each item as you set it up. That way, when you start the year, you have your small group plan in place. Okay, and then we move on to module 4. So with module 4, it is all about differentiating and creating an intervention plan. The first lesson is about phonics problems that might arise, and I've created a guide for you so that way if you have a problem, you can go to the guide, look for it, figure out what to do, how to fix it before it happens, or if it's already happened, steps that you can take to help solve it. Then in lesson number 2, it is all about differentiation strategies. I give you a couple easy, quick ways to differentiate for your low students and to challenge your students as well. In lesson 3, it is all about creating an intervention plan. So you will need an intervention plan at some point with your students, and that's fine. I teach you how I created mine and how I would use that data to help my students. And in action step number 4, you create a sample intervention plan. That way, when the time arises that you need it, you already have a sample done, and you can just plug in the information for the student. You're ready to go. And I also give you those phonics intervention guides right there that you can just type right in. And then the next module is all about assessing and moving forward. So this is where a lot of teachers get stuck and they don't know how to assess their students with phonics. So the first one is all about the importance of pre-assessments. I did not do pre-assessments my first year teaching. I thought, why do I need pre-assessments? But I will teach you the importance of pre-assessments and how to use them to guide your phonics instruction. Then we will talk about informal assessments and how you can easily input informal assessments in your activities and your different small group lessons. That way you're consistently and constantly checking your students to see where they're at with their learning. In lesson number 3, we talk all about exit tickets, and here is where you can download exit tickets for the entire year. So you can give one each week. They're all ready for you, both for kindergarten and first grade. In lesson 4, we talk about post-assessments and different ways that we can use that post-assessment moving forward. And in lesson 5 is all about data collection. So I share with you what my phonics data binder looks like and why it's important to keep that data and continually update it. And in lesson 6, I teach you how to reflect on the data that you have and how to adjust your phonics scope and sequence if you need to, or how to use that data moving forward. So even in planning next year's phonics instruction, how can you use that to make it the best for your students? And then in action step number 5, you actually set up your phonics data binder. So from action step number 1 to number 5, you have everything ready to go for the school year. And then You did it. And once you complete all of the lessons, you will be emailed a certificate for 4 hours of professional development. And I also want to show you really quick, I have all of your bonus files in one spot now. So if you are looking for something specific rather than trying to filter through the different lessons, you can see everything that's there. So the phonemic awareness daily warm-ups are right there. You can download the centers and worksheets, sample packs, and guides. Then all the editable templates in one spot. There's a ton of those. Here is where the anchor charts and exit tickets for the year are. And then any of the how-tos or guides that I've talked about and shared throughout each lesson. So I hope that this was really helpful in showing you exactly what is included in the Complete Phonics Toolkit. If you are interested, I am offering the full year of either kindergarten or first grade phonics curriculum in addition to the phonics toolkit for just $50 more than the course price. So $147 for everything that you saw there, plus the phonics curriculum for the year. So if you have any questions about the Complete Phonics Toolkit, you can either DM me here on Instagram or Facebook, or you can write an email to Christina@sweetforkindergarten.com, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch this, and I hope to see you inside the course.